So burn the turrets of this cursed town, and flame to the highest region of the air, and kindle the heaps of exhalations that, being a fiery meteor, may presage death and destruction to its inhabitants. Over my zenith hang a blazing star, that may endure till heaven be dissolved, fed with a fresh supply of earthly dregs, threatening a dearth of famine to this land. Flying dragons, lightning, fearful thunderclaps, seize these fair plains and make them seem as black as the island where the Furies mask, encompassed by the Lethe, the Styx, and the Phlegethon, because my dear Zenocrate is dead. And here's the picture of Zenocrate, to show her beauty to the world admired. What a sweet picture of divine Zenocrate, that, hanging here, will draw the gods from heaven, and course the stars fixed in the southern arc, as pilgrims travel into our hemisphere, only to gaze upon our Zenocrate. Thou shalt not beatify the Larissa plains, but keep within the circle of mine arms. And every town and castle that I besiege, thou shalt set upon my royal tent, and when I meet an army in the field, those looks will shed such an influence in my camp, as if Bellona, the goddess of war, threw naked swords of sulphur balls of fire upon to the heads of our enemies. Now, my lords, advance your spears again. Sorrow no more, my sweet Kasani now. Boys, leave me to mourn, and this town shall ever mourn, being burnt to cinders for your mother's death. But now, my boys, leave me off and list to me, that I may teach you the rudiments of war. I'll have you learn to sleep on the ground, and march through your armor at the watery fens, sustain the scorching heat and the freezing cold, and after this, to scale a castle wall, besiege a fort and undermine a town, and make whole cities caper in the air, and then next, the way to fortify your men, and champion to the grounds what figure serves you best, for which the quintain angle from his meat, because the corners there may fall more flat, whereas the fort may be fittest and assayed with the sharpest where the assault is most desperate. There the ditches must be deep, and the counterscraps narrow and steep. The walls must be high and broad, the bulwarks and rampires large and strong, where the cavalieros and fixed to forts cannot room within to lodge 6,000 men. It must be in the privy ditches and countermines, the secret issuings to defend the ditch. It must have high argins and covered ways, to keep the bulwark fronts from battery, and the parapets to hide the musketeers, casemates to place the great artillery, the score of ordnance, and from every flank may score outward with curtains of the fort. Dismount the cannon, and adverse part murder the foe, and save the walls from the breach. When this is learned from the service of land, by plain and easy demonstration, I'll teach you how to make a water mount, and that to drive foot through the lakes and pools, and make a fortress in the raging waves, fenced with the conclave of the monstrous rock, invincible by nature of the place. When this is done, then ye are soldiers and worthy sons of Tamburlaine the Great.